Welcome back to Thursday Night Racing here with the Goat Locker Racing Series. We've got the trucks at Kentucky Speedway tonight for the Kentucky Fried Nights 100. Yes, folks, you heard that right. This is going to be the Kentucky Fried Nights 100. Maybe just because I was wanting chicken, I'm not real sure, but it seems fitting for tonight's race, Jamie.
Absolutely. Better hide your kids, hide your wives, and bust out that fried chicken because we're turning the Goat Locker Racing trucks loose on Kentucky Speedway here tonight. Got a good field here right now. Ooh, Cody McElwain got a chance to sit on the pole here. He just knocked Eddie Smith off the front spot. Uh, these
Wow.
trucks look fast. Should be an exciting night here at racing at Kentucky Speedway.
Yeah, it should be, and it's under the lights here tonight. No better way to come back off the off week last week to be here at Kentucky under the lights. Cool track temperatures here. So these trucks making a whole lot of grip and a whole lot of horsepower tonight, and we're seeing that in the lap times. And I mean, it's going to be a tight field. We've got close to 30 trucks going to take the grid here tonight. Should be a lot of close door-to-door racing, but excited to get this back underway here after the off week last week. And lot of things still going on. We still have our fundraiser going on for Veterans 48, which we'll talk about throughout the evening here tonight. And we're still on that push to get to 100 subscribers here on Twitch. So if anybody's logged in on Twitch, I need you to pick up your phone right now, text at least 10 people, and tell them to tune in and subscribe. And once you've done that, we will connect you with the prince that always sends you the emails that needs help moving that money. We're gonna actually connect you to him, and so he can help move the money. So we're here to help.
Well, that is a really good marketing idea you had there.
Thanks, man. I mean, we're full of it tonight. We got Kentucky Fried Nights and spam emails. So we'll get through it though. We still got some racing. As the qualifying has wrapped up, these trucks are going to start taking the grid here this evening. Cody McElwain will be your pole sitter for this evening, so congratulations to him on a very fast lap time of 30.540. So, Goat Locker Racing sitting on the pole here tonight at Kentucky Speedway. I don't think it gets much better than that, Jamie.
No, absolutely not. Other than having them both front row spots covered by Goat Locker Racing guys, but we'll take the pole. We don't have to be greedy.
That's true. That's true. And we'll start going down through our starting lineup here this evening as we're going to have Eddie Smith starting to his outside and that number 25 from JC Motorsports. Mike Browning in the number 3. Actually starting in third in the number 4 truck. Starting at his outside is going to be Nate Maurer in the 971 from Simbox Motorsports. Scott Rankin is going to be starting in the 5th position from Indy Autosports in the number 49. The second Goat Locker entry, Ryan Pendleton in the number 23 truck, will be starting in 6th. Starting in 7th is going to be Joe Yakes from Indy Autosport in the number 87. Starting in 8th is Alan Smith in that number 19 truck, so good to see him up front. Starting in 9th is going to be Andrew Kurtz from BK Motorsports in the number 48. In 10th is Regis Clark in that number 8 machine. Starting in 11th is going to be Anthony Riddle in the number 21. To his outside, Travis Bieber in that 114. Starting in 13th, the third Goat Locker entry for this evening, Alex Cruz in the number 5 machine. Starting in 14th is James Kaufman in the number 41, and rounding out our top 15 is going to be Greg Barnett in the number 38.
Starting 16th and number 64, Matt Knights. Starting 17th and number 12, Dustin Harrell. Starting 18th and number 14, Captain Crunch himself, Tony Minton. Starting 19th and number 17, Michael Yakes. Starting 20th at 00, John Anthony. Starting 21st at number 44, Phil Hitman Monzo. Starting 22nd, number 22, William Piano Man Schroeder. Starting 23rd, number 43, Mike Bertosa. Starting 24th at number 70, Tommy Cook. Starting 25th at number 59, Timothy DeLugas. Starting 26th, number 27, got in here at the last minute, Jay Gellingson. Starting 27th, number 24, Greg Swervin Sherman. And round out the field tonight, starting 28th, the number 45, Brian Brogan.
That's right, it's DeLucas. I kept adding an extra letter in there, didn't
I'm not sure.
I? I think I kept saying just Douglas, like that's the way it should have been.
Oh, yeah.
But it is DeLucas. All right,
Yeah.
we've never claimed to be good with people's names. Well, I
Absolutely
haven't. I mean, you do a much better job. But
Well,
again,
thank you.
good to be back out here on the track. Good to be have everybody tuned in on the Goat Locker Racing Network to catch some great racing here from Kentucky Motor Speedway. Again, this is the Kentucky Fried Nights 100, and the green flag is out. And Cody McElwain gets a great start there. He's going to have Eddie Smith to his outside. As everybody's jockeying around for a little bit of position, the top 2, 3, 4 drivers now fall right into line with Cody McElwain out front, Eddie Smith back in second position, Nate Maurer in third, fourth is going to be Mike Browning, and then now Scott Rankin back in the 5th position. A lot of great racing going on through the field right now as we continue to watch these. Everybody trying to find the line that they're going to race it in here this evening. Cody McElwain continues to lead out front. A lot of the field getting single file at this point in time, as it looks like everybody's hunting that bottom line, Jamie.
Yeah, right now it's a one groove racetrack. The bottom is where you want to be. If you get to the outside, you're going to get shuffled back. We're seeing Mike Browning is losing some spots here earlier on as kind of they're just driving the train on by him there on the bottom.
Yeah, and as always, some strategy will come into play here. They have limited set of tires. This evening they've got a full tank of gas, which is still going to force at least one pit stop through the night. So tires and fuel will come into play eventually here. Everybody kind of being friendly right now until Nate Maurer says, nope, that 971's moving up into second position. Eddie Smith gives him the position, and now he's going to go up front and try to hunt down that number 6 truck.
I'll tell you, if you're getting by Eddie Smith this early in the race, probably a good indication right there that you might be driving just a little too hard. But we will have to see if Nate Maurer is able to keep this pace up as he looks to the inside of Cody McElwain, wanting to put that 971 out to the front.
Oh, Joe Yates gets into the back of the 25 just a little bit there. Everybody keeps it straight as Joe Yates is now trying to move his way up to the field. Nate Maurer is down below the number 6 truck, heading off into turn 1. So new leader here tonight, Nate Maurer in that number 971.
That sim box looks like Chevy Silverado there. Got that out into the wind. Leading the way here at Kentucky Speedway.
We'll take a look back through the field here a little bit as well. So we got a few trucks that are still side by side. Now Joe Yates sits underneath the 25 of Eddie Smith. Looks to be able to clear him no problem. And here comes Mike Browning back towards the front as well as he makes a move underneath Eddie Smith. So right now, got a few trucks getting underneath that 25 and shuffling him back. Andrew Kurtz also having a great night, up in the 6th position right now, up 3 positions. As he looks to the back of Mike Browning. Oh, Joe Yates is extremely loose. Still loose.
He got help. He had help. Eddie Smith got to the back bumper of the 87 there. Got him pretty good, and looks like everybody's gotten through that.
It's stacked the field up for sure, but
a lot of damage to the front end of that 25, though.
There is a whole lot of damage to the front of the 25 truck right now as we see him moving past the number 6 machine. He will move up into second position right now. I will tell you that was a great display of driving by Joe Yates there to be able to save that truck. And of course, everybody else that was right there hoping he would save that truck. So, an incredible save by Joe Yates. Tough set of circumstances there. I mean, the evidence kind of shows itself. Eddie Smith into the back of the 87. Both those trucks had damage.
Yeah, good heads-up driving by everybody involved there. Joe definitely did a great job saving that truck, and everybody else that gave him room and allowed him to get that collected up without just plowing into him and making the situation worse. So, great job by everybody involved.
Let's take a look through the field here a little bit more. Got a few trucks. Phil the Hitman Monzo. I know I promised many people that we wouldn't show this truck on any of our broadcasts, but He's moving up through the field here a little bit. He's up 6 positions from where he started. Greg Swervin Sherman back here sitting in 19th position is up 8 spots from where he started as well. So we're seeing some guys move up and down through the field here a little bit. But we'll head back up front and check in on our leader, Nate Moyer, as Eddie Smith is starting to close up the distance there. And don't look at it now, but that number 23 Veterans 48 truck is on the move, Jamie.
Looks good out there. He's running a good line, been running really good lap times. I think he's done a really good job of kind of taking care of his equipment here in the early going. And him and Cody might be able to work together here and get both those Good Locker trucks up to the front.
As he's moved up a couple positions from where he started, we saw him fall back there in the beginning, but as the field's sorted out, we're on lap number 11 of our scheduled 100 here this evening. The truck seems to be coming to life in the long run. We'll take a look up front here too, as it looks like Eddie Smith has really closed in on the back bumper of that 971. Truck still must be handling okay, Jamie, even with all that damage to the nose, because he's right there with our leader.
Yeah, it's really kind of weird. I mean, maybe he's just in the draft, and so it's really not affecting him much at all. But with significant damage to the front, so you would think it would be hurting that truck more than what it is.
You can even see some splitter damage down there. Maybe it is, like you said, Jamie, just being able to ride behind the 971 right now is keeping that truck okay, but a lot of damage to the front of that. Eventually we'll have to get that taken care of. These trucks are a little sensitive to damage, which is a little surprising sometimes, considering they're trucks. But they're probably one of the most sensitive cars or vehicles out here to damage.
Yes, and very easy to have motor damage with these things. You get up against a wall and it's just like, all right, well, your motor's dead now. So you really got to take care of them. Be very easy with them, and yeah, that's how you finish good, is by taking care of your equipment and not really beating these things up too much, because unlike the Cup cars are pretty resilient, Xfinity cars are pretty resilient, and for whatever reason the trucks are just fragile.
Yeah, never understood it myself either. And you're right. It's like sometimes you get up into the wall and the motor's like, yeah, we're just going to take away 50 horsepower from you, and you're like, I didn't do anything to the motor.
Yeah.
I just hit the side of the truck. So it is a little interesting from time to time. So to see the damage to the front end of that 25, and for him to be able to continue on, it's probably a good sign for him. We'll go back in and check in on Joe Yakes here as he's settled into the 9th position right now. As the field continues to kind of separate themselves out, we'll go back and take a look at the number 5 truck of Alex Cruz right now in 14th position. James Kaufman in that number 41 right now getting passed by the 19 of Alan Smith. Jake Ellingson, and I have no idea what the heck that truck is, Jamie.
Man, I don't know. Is that like a Jeff Gordon nightmare scheme? I mean, I don't.
Maybe?
Is that a roll of lifesavers? I don't know what that thing's supposed to be.
Roll of lifesavers. I mean, that's kind of what it reminds me of. A lot of damage to the nose of that truck as well, and then we see some damage to the back of the 22. Now, I don't know if those two add up together or not. But again, the evidence kind of speaks for itself. The back end of the 22 of William Schroeder's pushed in pretty good there. We'll check in on our favorite, Brian. We're just going to call him our favorite, Brian. But he's actually having himself a pretty good night, up 12 spots from where he'd started and up into the 16th position, Jamie.
A good run for Brian. Representing the Gators there with that scheme he's running. Looks good. Running good. Feeling good. All kinds of good for Brian tonight.
Go back and take a look at the Travis Beaver, the 114, who's up 5 spots from where he had started. So again, having himself a pretty good night here. Mike Browning still sitting back there in the 6th position, down a few spots from where he started. So still having a good night. Regis Clark started in 10th, running in 10th right now. Another one of those Indy Auto Sports guys. having himself a solid night right now, following along with his teammate Joe Gates. Greg Barnett and that number 38 truck runs back in the 11th position right now. Anthony Radel, one of the trucks we saw that was really laying down some fast lap times. Oh my goodness. Practice, sorry. Anthony Radel really pushed up out of that corner. And I thought he was going to get into the back of the 38 there. Dustin Harrell in the number 12 truck and a good-looking John Deere truck running in 13th position. Just taking a look at that Gill Insurance Advisors number 5 truck and Alex Cruz running back in 14th. Alan Smith having himself a good. He's down 7 positions from where he started. Seems to have found himself some good running space right now. Starting to pick a few trucks off. John Anthony in that double zero, running in 16th position right now. That's a few of the trucks that we've going around the track. And again, Timothy. I've already forgot it, Jamie. DeLugas. Timothy DeLugas. Thank you. Running back in 16th position, number 15 machine. One of these days. Tommy Cook in the number 70, back here in 18th position. Cool looking, almost like a Joker scheme, with that lime green and purple going on. And again, we'll head up front here, check in on our leader, Nate Maurer, as he continues to lead this race. Kind of stretches it out a little bit here. Cody McElwain has been able to get back around Eddie Smith and get up in second position. As Eddie Smith now is looking like he's going to fall into the clutches of Ryan Pendleton. Scott Rankin still having himself a good night as well in the 5th position, followed by his teammate Mike Browning. But it looks as this run's going on, the number 25 truck's starting to lose a little bit of speed here, Jamie.
Yeah, I imagine the damage on that truck is really, he's probably having to really run that truck hard to maintain the speed that he was getting, and it's probably got some pretty angry tires on it at this point right now.
Yeah, a lot of times that damage you'll end up picking up a good push, and that truck will get tight, which will start to heat up the right front tires. So might be experiencing a little bit of that, but still holding on up here in the top 3. And we remain under green flag conditions here, coming up on lap number 24 of our scheduled 100 here this evening. This is the Kentucky Fried Nights 100 here from Kentucky Speedway, quite obviously. Thanks again to everybody that's tuned in to the Goat Locker Racing Network. As we suspected, this race is not disappointed. These drivers have been out here getting after it since the drop of the green flag, and a lot of great racing.
Yeah, it really has been. You know, I'm not surprised that we've gone green to this point, but at the same time, I am surprised because these guys have been really racing each other hard. There's been a lot of close racing. And it is Kentucky, and Kentucky can be a little difficult sometimes when you're running this close together, but these guys have done a great job. We've gotten through the first 25 laps here green. Got that feel to it. We might be seeing green flag stops here from Kentucky Speedway in the Kentucky Fried Nights 100.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, they continue to lap around here. Again, it looks like everybody's giving each other a lot of room to race. Been some great racing back through the field as well. A lot of passes being made. But Nate Maurer continues to lead this race. 26 laps into it. Go back in and check in on Greg Swervin Sherman in the 16th position. Again, up 11 spots from where he started, so having himself a phenomenal night. Go in and check in on that number 6 machine running in 2nd place. Our pole sitter here this evening. And right now, the lap times, I mean, they're a second, 1.3 seconds off their best times here this evening. So definitely starting to see some of the fall off in these tires. These trucks are probably becoming a little bit of a handful to get around this track. We've not really seen anybody try any different line or really search around. I mean, everybody's been glued to the bottom.
Yeah. We'll have to keep an eye on that and see if that groove doesn't move up a little bit as the race goes on. But yeah, you're right. For now, it is definitely a one groove track. You got to keep it down on the bottom.
Go back in and check in on that number 25 truck, Eddie Smith here, who still holds on to the 3rd position. Right now, it looks like Ryan Pendleton and Scott Rankin are just happy to get a ride line right now. Mike Browning again has kind of settled back into that 6th position. And Andy Kurtz having himself a good night in that number 48 machine, sitting in 7th. Regis Clark has moved up a couple of positions now and taken the number 8 truck into 8th position. You see Travis Beaver up into the top 10 as well. That 114, Joe Yakes now has fallen back to the 10th position, but still solidly in the top 10. Alex Cruz continues to work his way up through the field. He's sitting in 11th right now. A lot of, as we look around the track right now, I don't see a whole lot of door-to-door races. You know, a lot of these guys have found a spot here on the track, and they have. Now it looks like Ryan Pendleton has been passed by the 49 truck of Scott Rankin, and Mike Browning is there as well. So, not sure if something happened to Ryan as he's fallen well back of Eddie Smith.
Not exactly sure. He might just want to back out of it and maybe slow it down a little bit, try to take care of his tires a little more. Not exactly sure, but you know, that's, you know, if you can find a spot on the track where you can just run your laps that you're comfortable with running without having to feel pressure from other people, then you know there's a lot of value in that. So good to see these guys kind of pulling that strategy off and just, you know, eating up some laps here. I'm sure business is going to pick up when we get closer to the end. So a long way to go in this one.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Because now we see Ryan Pendleton is falling back to the 6th position as Mike Browning has made his way around it. Pull up the track map right now and kind of show that a lot of trucks around the field right now look pretty spread out. As the 971 of Nate Maurer continues to lead this race up front. He's got the 6th machine of Cody McElvain not too far behind him at this point in time. And then as you can see from the track map right now, we've got trucks pretty much all the way around this track, kind of spread out.
Yeah, you definitely are spread out here. As we're seeing, you know, the tail end of the lead lap is 23 seconds back from the leader, so roughly about 9 seconds away from having the leader in their rearview mirror. Some of the guys in the back might want to start picking up the pace if they can.
We see Joe Yakes to bring his truck down onto pit road. So I don't know if this is going to open up a series of green flag stops here as he's decided to cut this race. It looks to be in thirds. Probably with the damage to that truck. Trying to see if tires are going to play themselves out, because I'm pretty sure these guys can get to halfway on a tank of fuel. But Joe Yakes brings that truck down pit road. So some of the strategies starting to show up, Jamie.
Yeah, definitely have to see. I think Joe might have come a little early last day. Well, maybe he's not really coming that early, as I hear.
Nate
the leaders, the leaders announcing they're coming to pit road. So Eddie Smith is coming. Travis Bieber is coming.
This pit road's getting ready to get real active here.
Yeah, Cody McElwain had already snuck in there, it looks like. I didn't even notice him come down.
So once again, Jamie, once we think we have pit strategy figured out, these drivers prove us wrong one more time. As these drivers, it looks to be splitting this race into 3 different stages. So a lot of trucks coming down in between lap 32 and now we're on lap 35 to get their first service here, to get these trucks filled up full of fuel, get a set of fresh tires, and get back out there.
Nate Maurer is hey once again as he makes his way around the exit line of pit road, rejoining the track. He is going to get passed by Cody McElwain out on the track. It's going to be a significant lead for Cody McElwain over Nate Maurer once this gets sorted out.
We still have some trucks still out on the track right now that have not come to pit road. We'll have to we'll have to watch and see how that also plays out. Is the longer these trucks stay out there, the more those tires are going to wear. Don't know if some of these guys are going to be on a different strategy and try to make it to that halfway point and only pit one time. it's going to be interesting to see. As again, we're starting to see a lot of the strategy play itself out right
Hey, I don't know if Nate Maurer was maybe. Oh, we are under caution. Caution is out on lap 36.
now. I'm sure what brought the caution out.
I did not see anything either. Looks like if my scoring is correct, it looks like 9 trucks have stayed out. That is going to trap a lot of guys a lap down here.
I'd imagine looks like Cody McElwain's going to get the free pass here. He is the first truck 1 lap down. The rest of these trucks, I'd imagine, are going to have to take a wave around, as all the trucks that have stayed out at this point in time will be bringing them down pit road. No use of trying to stay out at this point in time, because they'd have to simply come back down in 12 laps to get fuel anyway. So a lot of trucks are going to be taking the wave around. Cody McElwain's going to get the free pass, so that's not going to hurt him too bad.
I'm showing Tommy Cook as being the first car a lap down, number 70.
Or it could be Tommy Cook. It's somebody. Somebody's going to get the free pass. But our front runners right now coming down pit road to get their service. We'll wait for timing and scoring and all that to catch up here a little bit. There's going to be a lot of activity here with wave arounds and all kinds of stuff, as that caution that has come out has really thrown a monkey wrench into things. Again, not really sure what brought that caution out, Jamie.
Yeah, I am not real sure either.
Go back and take a look here a little bit, as the yellow flag came out there. So we'll take a look here and see if we can't see anything. Nothing there, so not 100% sure, my friend.
Yeah, unfortunately, I have lost my iRacing audio. So if any of the drivers are needing anything, I cannot hear them. Might step aside here for a minute, see if I can't get that worked out, because they need something cleared or something. I need to know that.
All righty. Well, Jamie works out a couple audio issues here. We'll talk a little bit about our Veterans 48 fundraiser, as everybody's been able to see, in all the races and most of the broadcasts we do, we keep a running tally up there. And we've raised just over $700 for our goal of $1,000 to be able to donate to Veterans 48. I know there has been a ton of support out there, and we do truly appreciate it, from Mama Ellingson and everything that she is doing and her family is doing to help out. Got some news today about maybe some parts being able to be donated to them. So I think it's really cool to see how the sim racing community has come together, how everybody here at Go Locker Racing and all our drivers have come together to help support this great cause. And for those of you who don't know who Veterans 48 is, they are a nonprofit organization based out of Florida, and they build motorcycles for disabled veterans, specifically the Harley-Davidson 48 Panhead, hence the Veterans 48. And it costs somewhere around $19,000 to build this motorcycle. But they adapted to where these veterans are able to get back out there and enjoy what those of us who've ridden motorcycles call wind therapy, but just to get out there and be able to ride again and do those things. But even secondary to that, what they've done is build a community themselves to where veterans can come in and just have a place to hang out and relax. What they like to call wrench therapy. Get in there and turn a wrench on a motorcycle or whatever it is. Grab a cup of coffee, sit down, and be able to chat. And a lot of times that's what some of these veterans need, to feel that sense of belonging and that sense of community. So it's awesome to see what Veterans 48 is doing right now, and all the assistance that they are being able to give, and all the different ways they're being able to do it. And we're privileged enough to have Ryan Pendleton, our Go Locker Racing driver there in the number 23 machine, run the Veterans 48 truck, again, to bring more awareness to what they're doing. But anybody that's tuned into the Twitch stream right now, or even on YouTube, I don't care where you're watching the thing. One, I don't think you did what I told you to do, which is pick up your phone, text 10 people to start watching the race. So if you're tardy on that one, shame on you. But no, secondary to that, make sure that you go to the About Us section on Twitch. There's a link to make a donation. Please, by all means. I know many of you have already made donations, and we do truly appreciate that. But please reach out to family and friends. We really want to hit this $1,000 mark. we will hit this $1,000 mark one way or another. But the more support we can get out there, the better off everybody's going to be. And we really want to, at the end of this month, be able to provide Veterans 48 with that $1,000 check. So again, thanks for everything everybody's doing. As our motto says here at Goat Locker Racing, built by veterans for veterans, and we support veteran-owned businesses and veteran nonprofit organizations that really help out the community. But now we're starting to see a lot of the waiver rounds happen here, as everything kind of got a little screwy there. With the caution coming out in the middle of green flag stops, still not real sure what brought the caution out. But Mike Browning is going to now be the leader of this race. Regis Clark to his outside. Scott Rankin's going to restart in third. Travis Beaver in fourth. And rounding out our top five is going to be Phil the Hitman Monzo. Well, it's going to be Greg Sherman. Phil the Hitman Monzo is going to be back in sixth position. We will watch here and see, as looks like we won't be going green this time by, as the field's still getting sorted out and a lot of trucks getting caught up from the waiver rounds.
Yeah, it looks like Eddie Smith had to put on his admin hat there. He extended his caution a lap because there was apparently a lot of confusion with
as I still see some trucks trying to get caught up to the field, and I think everybody's still trying to figure out what the running order is supposed to be. Again, it threw a huge monkey wrench into this thing with the caution coming out during green flag stops and trapped a lot of trucks a lap down, so they got waiver rounds, and then so hopefully it gets sorted out here very shortly, as we are on lap number 42 of 100 here this evening in the Kentucky Fried Nights 100. Well, right now we got a Kentucky Fried race. At least getting this running order straightened out. Lights are out on the pace truck. We'll see if he hangs that hard left this time by. Hopefully the running order's got everything sorted out. Does hang that hard left, so we're going to get back underway here. Mike Browning takes off early in the restart zone. Gets a great restart here. Regis Clark is going to be battling Scott Rankin for the second position. As he clears Scott Rankin, Regis Clark will fall into second position, and now Travis Beaver is all over the tailgate of Scott Rankin. Greg Sherman is going to fall into fifth position right now. Phil the Hitman Monzo in sixth. Michael Yates in that number 17 machine, who we haven't had to call his number too much here this evening, is going to be in eighth position. Nate Maurer is going to be back in ninth as he looks underneath the 43. Not sure who that truck is right now. But Nate Maurer is going to be looking underneath the truck right now and try to move his way up through the field. Eddie Smith as well, as we watch some of these trucks that had to take the wave around try to work their way back up through the field. Take a look back here at Ryan Pendleton and Alex Cruz as well, trying to work their way up through the field. Cody McElwain back here in a hornet's nest, as he was in the catbird seat there for a little while after those green flag stops. But again, the running order got very mixed up here. He continues to try to battle his way up, as right now I'm showing him in 11th position.
Yeah, apparently there's some kind of glitch with iRacing. Cody, you were correct. Cody was the lucky dog, and he should not have been at the back of the lead lap here. He should not have been put behind these cars, but apparently when they had to extend the caution, then there's a glitch where iRacing flip-flops the order of the waiver rounds. For some reason, I don't know. That really doesn't make a lot of sense if that happens. There's no way that I know that you can change somebody's running order. So, unfortunately, Cody's kind of gotten hosed here by an iRacing glitch.
Tough break there. But a fast number 6 truck there. And so hopefully here he'll be able to work his way back up to the field, as he was fast all night long here. But Mike Browning continues to be up front. He's got himself about a 4/10 of a second lead over Regis Clark right now. Scott back in third position. Travis Beaver in 4th, and Greg Sherman still running up in the top 5 right now.
I'm impressed with Greg's performance here recently. He's really backing up good runs race after race now.
As we continue to watch a lot of these trucks back to the field. Again, a lot of the trucks that are showing on timing and scoring as a lap down and not a lap down, wave around, so hopefully that'll actually get itself caught up. As we're having a couple issues here with timing and scoring. One truck we have just not called his number here this evening at all is Tony Minton. We'll go back in and check in on that 14 truck. It looks he's definitely got a lot of right rear damage to that machine. Not 100% sure where that came from, but he's running well back in the field right now. Not too bad, running in 15th position. I don't think it is. We're having all kinds of issues with timing and scoring here tonight, folks. So keep up with us. We'll get it all sorted out. Definitely know that Mike Browning's still up front leading, and he's leading a brigade of 2 other Indy Auto Sports trucks here in the 1, 2, 3 positions as we're coming up to this halfway point of our Kentucky Fried Nights 100 here from Kentucky Speedway.
Mike Browning's doing a really good job keeping that truck out front here. He's got Regis Clark behind him. Running down, putting down some nice laps right now.
On our, as we just crossed halfway this time by, a lot of great racing still to be had here this evening. 50 laps left to go here tonight. We've definitely seen some different strategies play out. We had green flag stops underway, and caution comes out and really throws a monkey wrench into the running order here. Mike Browning's been strong all night long, so it's not surprising to see that number 4 truck out front right now, Jake. Caution has come back out.
I got word that there was a wreck in the tri-oval coming to start-finish line. iRacing should have thrown it, didn't, so I threw the caution out there.
Alrighty. Not sure who was involved in that incident. Try to take a look back through the field here a little bit and see if we. It looks like Mike Bertosa has got the rear end of that truck and the right side of that truck all banged up as we're seeing that number 43 truck come down pit road right now. Smoke coming out the back of it, so I'd have to believe that it was an incident involving him for sure. Take a look here at Matt Knights in the number 64 machine. Again, haven't had a chance to really call his number here. It looks like a lot of our leaders are going to start coming down pit road one more time. Well, I say a few of the drivers came down. We still have some other drivers that have stayed out.
It's like Mike Browning's going to win the race off of pit road to hold on to the lead of this race, and Scott Rankin looks like he's going to come out second.
Yeah, as the running order continues to get a little bit mixed up here. Again, we've had a couple trucks that have stayed out. Greg Sherman's going to be the leader on this restart. Phil the Hitman Monzo in that hideous paint scheme. I know. I promised everybody I would keep him off our broadcast, but he's running up front.
When you run well, can't help but show you. So, good job to you, Phil. Can't help it. Your truck looks like a garbage can.
As we take a look at Brian Brogan, too, having himself one whale of the night. Little damage to the right side of that truck, but the University of Florida Gators machine looking real good here tonight. Anthony Radel now will move up into 4th position on the number 21 truck. Mike Browning now will be the first one off pit road, like you said. It'll fall back into 5th position. Eddie Smith is going to restart, looks back into the 10th position. Ryan Pendleton, one of the trucks we saw fighting up front early on, is now back into 14th position. Cody McElwain back in 17th position. So still, he's got a lot of ground to make up to get up front. A lot of great racing left to be done here this evening as we are coming up on lap number 55 of our scheduled 100 here tonight. Again, if you get a chance, I still haven't seen the ticker move, Jamie, so nobody's paying attention to us out there in Goat Locker Racing Network land. What's up with that?
I'm not sure. A lot of weirdness tonight.
Well, I guess it just piggybacks off of last night in the super late model race. Half the field running out of fuel, and more than half the field running out of fuel, and only one truck finishing on or one super late model finishing on the lead lap. So it's been a weird couple days.
It sure has been.
But a big shout out to Greg Swervin Sherman right now as he leads this race up 26 spots from where he started. So huge shout out to him and a great effort. And you're 100% correct. Man, he has been running really strong here as of recent.
Yeah. And, you know, it's great to see different names up here at the front in this race tonight. You know, with Greg and Phil, Brian, and Tony Radel. I mean, not always seeing these guys run this far up front, so cool to see.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Love seeing a lot of these guys get up here and mix it up. I think that's what I love so much about the group of drivers that we here at Goat Locker Racing have been able to bring together, because a very talented bunch. We see a lot of different strategies play out. We see that everybody run their own race, and it's fun to see some of these other trucks come up front. Some of our top guys go to the back, work their way back up front. Can't say enough about the group of drivers that take the racetrack each and every week here in the Goat Locker Racing Truck Series. Green flag is out. Greg Sherman gets a great restart here.
He sure did.
Like he was shot out of a cannon. Brian Brogan now is going to move into 2nd position. So Phil the Hitman Monzo is going to come under fire from Anthony Radel. And then here come the Indy Autosports guys, Mike Rounding and Scott Rankin, and Regis Clark here. Travis Beaver closely behind them as well. So we're going to see some different tire strategies start to play out here. Looked like Scott Rankin thought about going 3 wide there just for a moment, backed out of it. Some of these trucks are getting a little stacked up behind these guys with newer tires.
And in the meantime, Uncle Greggy's just kind of scooting away.
Yeah, he's loving seeing the racing in his mirror.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Saying, y'all keep fighting. I'm going to go win this race.
Getting back underway here. 58 laps into our scheduled 100 here tonight. Kentucky Friday 100 from Kentucky Speedway. I can't stop giggling every time I say it. And I'm the one that named the damn thing. So it's not really working out. As we got a hornet's nest back here, running back in the 6th to 15th position there. It's just a whole slew of trucks battling out right now. But Greg Sherman continues to lead here, but Scott Rankin is heavy on that tailgate. And Scott Rankin is going to send it down into 3. Probably easily clear Greg Sherman coming out of 4. And we see Travis Bieber has been able to work his way up through the field pretty quickly as well, as the caution has come back out again. Not 100% sure what brought out this caution either, as looks like Craig Barnett's a little slow here in the back. And Jamie, haven't been really been able to pick up on what's bringing out these cautions.
Yeah, so far I'm not hearing anything on race comms, anybody talking about anything. So I can't really help you out too much with that.
As now we see Greg Sherman drop off down pit road. So a little bit more of the strategy starting to play itself out here a little bit. We have now completed 60 laps of our scheduled 100 here. A couple of mysterious cautions that have come out. Again, I'm not real sure what's bringing these cautions out. I don't see any trucks that have really that weren't pointed in the right direction here, so a little strange. Guess it continues on with the strange theme, huh?
Yes, and it's kind of weird that when there was an accident, iRacing didn't throw a caution, but yet we've had a couple cautions thrown and we can't find any evidence of it.
As we look back, there's something wrong with Jake Ellingson, man. As we look back at the number 27 machine, and you talk about a hideous truck. I probably shouldn't say that because there's probably some sort of somebody painted it. I don't know. I probably shouldn't say that, but there's.
Well, his daughter picked it out.
Okay, but she didn't paint it.
I don't think she painted it. I think she just picked it out.
Okay, fair enough then. It's still uglier in sin. But if you looked on screen right now, and when I have the timing tower up on the left-hand side, I'd always who I'm highlighted on. You'll see he's from Salty Dog Motorsports and Goat Locker's stepchild.
He really needs to add in redheaded stepchild.
Yeah, he's like a stepchild, like the one you lock in a closet and throw hammers at. That was probably a little extreme.
That's not true, Jake. You know we love you.
Yeah, it's rubber mallets. But, yeah.
Oh, goodness.
My goodness. As we continue to watch the race here, a lot of great stuff going on. Scott Rankin continues to lead here. Travis Bieber back in second position. Mike Browning in fourth. Regis Clark Mike Browning in third. Regis Clark back there in fourth. Nate Maurer in fifth position. Eddie Smith has now moved his way up into sixth position, so he continues to try to make up ground. Alex Cruz in seventh. Phil the Hitman Monzo in eighth. Ryan Pendleton has now worked his way back up into the top 10, it looks like. Joe Yakes as well. My goodness, I'm not sure what's going on with the back of the 23 truck right now, but a whole lot of damage. I doubt that truck's really going to be able to.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, I mean, it is really dinged up there. So not really sure what happened there. Tough racing there. But as these trucks get stacked up 2 by 2 here. Getting ready to get back underway. Going to have about 36 laps left here to go tonight to settle this race out. Had a few cautions here as of recently. We had a good green flag run to start this race out. Cody McElwain, our pole sitter, continues to try to work his way back up through the field, as we kind of highlighted a little bit earlier. Just got caught up in a weird iRacing glitch, as he was the lucky dog, but we had to extend the caution, and it ended up putting him behind all the wave around trucks. So really put him in a bad position there. Hopefully he'll be able to work his way back towards the front in that number 6 machine here. But we'll continue to watch his progress as he moves forward, and we'll keep an eye on this number 23 truck too, because I don't think that thing's going to handle worth a darn anymore.
Yeah, I mean, the spoiler's still sitting up right, but there's a huge kink in it.
Yeah.
Would probably be really good if he had to make right-hand turns, but not sure how that's going to be going left.
As we head up front here, that's hey, you're making something a point there. Scott Rankin takes off, gets a great restart there. Mike Browning's going to follow right in behind him. Travis Beaver up in 3rd position, so Mike Browning and Travis Beaver battling it out there for 2nd position. Looks like Mike Browning's going to clear him heading off into 2. Regis Clark in the number 8 machine is going to take a look at 3rd position right now as he tries to get underneath the number 114. Eddie Smith has moved his way up as well, and here comes Nate Maurer, one of our... Ooh! Nate Maurer really gets into the back end of that number 8 machine. He's able to keep it together, but that's going to slow the momentum of both of those trucks. And there is a lot of damage to the back of that number 8.
You know, so far, Ryan might be down a little bit on speed with the 23, but the truck seems to be handling pretty good. He doesn't look like he's getting loose or anything like that, as they just were 3 wide.
We saw some swerving back here in the pack.
Yeah,
looks
Tony
like
Minton and Tommy Cook got together there a little bit. Looks like they kept it going straight.
Yep. Take a look at Tony Minton right now. They continue to. Everybody's pointed in the right direction there, but it was a hold your breath type of moment for sure. We'll take a look at the number 6 machine of Cody McElwain as he continues to try to work his way through the field. He is now pulled up to the tailgate of Phil the Hitman Monzo, ducks underneath and heading into 3. Next truck in line is going to be that number 23 machine, as we see the 23 pulling up behind Jake Ellickson, who's back there in 10th position. As we head back up front here, Scott Rankin continues to lead, but Travis Beaver is going to have something to say about it. And here comes Eddie Smith in the number 25 Tide machine as well.
Yeah, Eddie Smith has finally worked his way back up as he's trying to figure out how he's going to get around both Scott Rankin and Travis Beaver here as he falls back in line.
Scott Rankin with the crossover.
Back of the caution. Saw truck spinning.
Oh, I see a truck up against the wall there. Not sure who that is. Dustin Harrell is banged up really good as well. Mike Bertosa has towed back down onto pit road, and I think that was the 43 we saw up against the wall there. So we'll try to do a little bit of a race rewind and see if we can't pick up the action this time. What happened during this accident? Not able to really pick up on what happened there, but definitely a few trucks involved. Travis Beaver is now going to be shown the leader of our race. Scott Rankin's going to be back in 2nd position, and Eddie Smith is going to be in 3rd. Mike Browning in 4th. Nate Maurer, our early leader in the 971, going to be in 5th position. Joe Yakes has been able to work his way back up through the field as well, so now sits in 6th position. Alex Cruz back there in 7th. Jake Ellingson now has moved his way up into 8th position, up 18 spots from where he had started, so he continues to have himself a heck of a night here tonight, Jamie.
Absolutely. Great run for him. And I tell you, Cody's got his way back to the top 10 after he kind of got messed over by the iRacing glitch or whatever, but he's not come up through the field nearly the way I expected him to. We'll have to see if he's going to be able to make his way back up to the front here with what will be less than 30 laps to go by the time we get this restarted.
Yeah, absolutely. As I take a look at the Veterans 48 fundraiser, did we get some more donations in? That ticker bar really moved up.
Has it? Let's, not seeing. Oh my goodness. We've gotten some from somewhere because we are just under $900 right now at this point. We are at $896. $896. That puts us, what, $104 away from our goal.
Absolutely. So, I just happened to notice that bar looked a lot bigger here. So, hopefully you're able to kind of look through and figure out where that donation came from. But whoever you are, we'll figure it out. And thank you very, very much.
Do some digging here and see if I can't find out. Oh wow, we got a $200 donation from Lady J23. And, you know, no coincidence that 23 matches up with the number 23 Veterans 48 truck driven by Ryan Pendleton. So thank you very much for that. We definitely appreciate it.
Absolutely, and again, going to a phenomenal cause with Veterans 48, and I know Ryan is extremely proud to be running that paint scheme. Talks about Veterans 48 as much as he can. Ryan is a Harley rider himself, so it's a cause near and dear to him. So thank you for all the support and all the donations to Veterans 48. What an awesome gesture for sure.
Absolutely. We got a Jake Ham sighting in the stream. Not sure why he's not out here on the track tonight, but glad to see he popped in. Follow along.
Yeah, we miss you out there here on the track, Jake. A lot of fun running with you in the super lates, obviously, and then usually see him out here on the track here tonight, but must have a couple of other things going on. But thanks for tuning into the broadcast. I'm sure we'll see you back out on the track real soon.
Forgot about Eastern time.
You give them 1 week off, Jamie.
No.
You give them 1 week off, and they lose their minds.
Yep. Take a week off and just chaos.
I don't know. I think I might have come up with a better excuse than that. I mean, Jake, I salute you for being honest, man. But I might have come up with something else, except for I forgot how to convert time. A lot of racing left here this evening, as we're going to come up on, I believe, 29 laps left here to go. Travis Beaver in that 114 is going to be our leader to this restart. His outside is going to be Scott Rink and Eddie Smith back in third position. Mike Browning, who's had a very strong night, in fourth. And Nate Maurer, again, one of our early leaders in the 971 Simbox truck, is going to restart back in the fifth position. We're starting to see some of these other trucks that got cycled around during the wave rounds and everything else start to move their way back up. So a lot of racing still here to go, Jamie.
Absolutely. It's probably going to, like I said, business was going to pick up as we got closer to the end of this race, and Travis Beaver's ready to get it going right now as he gets a good start here. Clear Scott Rankin, and Scott now has to deal with Eddie Smith to the inside, fighting for second place.
Eddie Smith is going to power up that number 25 machine. Clear Scott Rankin coming off of 2, as now the 971 of Nate Maurer is going to get underneath Scott Rankin as well. So nobody wasted time on these restarts trying to move their truck up toward the front.
Absolutely not. And here comes Alex Cruz in the 5. We haven't really talked about him much tonight, but he's up to 7th place, and he's looking like he wants a lot more than that.
As the battle for the lead is really heating up, as Scott Rankin has now been able to kind of hang to the outside. It's stacked up a couple of trucks down there on the inside. And so Eddie Smith and Scott Rankin continue to battle side by side there. Mike Browning is now bringing that number 4 machine up into the battle, and like you said, don't look now. Here comes Alex Cruz, working his way up through the field, up to 7th position. Jake Ellickson continues to have a great night, up into 8th. Cody McElwain has now moved himself up to the 9th position around Ryan Pendleton, who rounds out our top 10 right now. we'll keep an eye on our lead up front as Scott Rankin continues to be able to hold on that outside line, Jamie.
I think Eddie Smith's going to clear him this time, but I thought that earlier, and Scott was still able to battle back. So, yeah, I mean, right now he's going to fall in line here for third place, followed by Nate Maurer in fourth.
Eddie Smith is going to get a great run coming off of four. Thought he was going to try to take advantage of it. Travis Beaver keeps that 114 really low here, but Eddie Smith is able to send it in underneath him. So Eddie Smith now looking to try to take the lead of this race.
He is there. Looks like he's going to clear Travis Beaver.
Looks like Travis Beaver is going to power it up off the floor and try a crossover move, and absolutely does. As he sends that 114 down low on Eddie Smith. We've seen this move a couple different times.
Wow.
We're going to see how Eddie Smith is able to do on the outside.
Travis Beaver's got that inside line, and he's looking to take this lead right back over. Ooh, slides up in front of the 25. That was close there.
There's some tough racing going on right now here in the top five. As now Scott Rankin looks to the outside of the 25 truck. Not but a lap ago, we were thinking Eddie Smith to the lead. Now he's running back in third position. So the pace has definitely picked up here.
Sure has. We got 5 trucks you can put a blanket over right here.
Now Eddie Smith continues to battle underneath the 49 truck. Nate Maurer also continues to try to find his way up front. Mike Browning hanging back there in fourth position right now, just kind of watching the show. Running back in fifth position, I should say. Joe Yates has moved himself up in the sixth position, so he continues to hunt the lead. Alex Cruz still sitting back in seventh position. Cody McElwain has now moved himself up to the eighth position. Jake Ellingson sitting back in ninth. Anthony Radel working that number 21 truck up towards the front as well, as he is now in 10th position and trying to take over ninth from Jake Ellingson. Ryan Pendleton back in 11th with a very wounded number 23 truck. So, like you said, Jamie, I think it's handling okay. It's definitely down on speed, though. Oh, my goodness. We got a little three-wide racing going on back here. Greg swerving Sherman. Brian Brogan gets into the side of the Hitman. Hitman's able to save that truck. We stay under green. Again, a lot of great racing happening here, but that should have been a wreck.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a great job by Phil to hold on to that. And nice gesture by Brian to back out and let him get it collected back up. Brian definitely didn't mean to get into him there and has already apologized.
Scott Rankin now is cleared the number 25 of Eddie Smith, moves his truck up into second position. Nate Maurer continues to run in fourth. And again, Mike Browning sitting back in fifth position, just enjoying the show, I think. Oh, 49 comes down just a little bit. Eddie Smith had already had the nose of his truck there. The two of them get it sorted out. Everybody stays pointed in the right direction. And the 971 of Nate Ward now looks to try to take Nate Maurer, looks to take advantage of the situation.
And Travis Beaver just continues to step out here with less than 20 laps to go. Oh my goodness. Now Scott Rankin goes to the inside of Eddie Smith.
Ooh, pushes up the track, gets into the side of him. Eddie's trying to get that truck collected up, does get it collected up. It's going to shuffle him back here a little bit, so an amazing save by Eddie Smith there.
Mike Browning, unfortunately, is going to lose some spots too as he checked up to avoid Eddie.
Caution is out.
Caution is out now. Again, not sure what for. Everybody.
As I see a couple trucks down on pit lane, Andy Kurtz in the number 8, Regis, and the 48, and Regis Clark in the number 8 machine is sitting on pit road as well. So I don't know if those two trucks had to tow or what the deal is. But we have two very banged up trucks sitting on pit road right now. So with 18 laps left to go, we are under caution one more time here this evening. We've seen a whole lot of hard racing going on up front here between a lot of these trucks, crossover moves, and that last time around, Scott Rankin just really pushed up into the corner, got into the side of Eddie Smith. But again, just a great save by Eddie Smith, and heads up driving by the rest of the field. I mean, we've said it a couple times here this evening. These should have been gigantic wrecks, Jamie.
Yeah, absolutely. It's great job of driving by these guys tonight. Wow, I mean, it's been impressive to watch. Definitely, you're right. Some of these things should have been a lot worse than what they've been, for sure. We'll have to keep an eye on Ryan Pendleton, see if he's still got that fast repair in his pocket to get that 23 truck fixed up here.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on the 23 here to see if he gets it fixed up, but it is feeding time on pit road. Everybody going to get that set of 4 fresh tires, and it's going to be a sprint to the finish. Boing! Brand new tailgate. Isn't that amazing, Jamie?
Yeah, well, good for Ryan to have that in his pocket there and be able to get that truck fixed up, and should be able to, you know, stay up here in contact with the leaders and be competitive.
Yeah, as we're watching the race off the pit road, Travis Bieber is going to win the race off the pit road. It looks like Joe Yakes is going to come out in second position. Scott Rankin is falling back right now, so must have got caught.
Must have got caught doing something wrong there, Scott Rankin.
I'd imagine that's a speeding penalty as he is falling back right now, so tough break there. That was a very strong truck. Is going to move to the back. So that's going to reset our running order here. Travis Beaver is going to still be the leader of our race. It's going to move Joe Yakes with a phenomenal pit stop there up into second position. Nate Maurer is now going to be in third. Alex Cruz up into fourth position. Cody McElwain has moved himself up into the top 5. Eddie Smith is going to be back in sixth position there. Jake Ellingson continues to have a strong run here this evening, back in seventh position. Ryan Pendleton with a brand new tailgate on that Ford. I still don't know why we let him run a Ford, Jamie. Why is he running a Ford? Why did we allow that to happen?
He's a Ford guy.
All right. But he is in eighth position with a fixed-up truck there. Anthony Radel, and then number 21. He's back in ninth. Like you said, Mike Browning fell back quite a few spots there. Checking up and making sure that you're getting involved in anything else. Greg Sherman continues to have himself a strong night back in 11th position. Timothy DeLugas. I can't get it. Every time I look at it, I want to say Douglas, and I can't get it out of my head. DeLugas. William Schroeder having himself a good night as well. We haven't got a chance to call his number a lot. That number 22 machine having himself a great night. Greg Barnett, and one of the coolest paint schemes I think is out here, back in 14th position. Alan Smith, and for those who don't know, Alan Smith is Eddie Smith's dad. I know we've probably mentioned it maybe a couple times on a couple of broadcasts, but it's so awesome to have him be a part of the field out here in the number 19 Black Rifle Coffee Machine. Brian Brogan, again, continues to have a great night. He's running in 16th position. Phil the Hitman Monto, we saw him put his driving displays on skill there on display a little bit earlier. Scott Rankin looks like he's going to fall all the way back to 18th position, and he's going to be after the penalty off of pit road. But we'll head back up front here as we have 15 laps left here to go tonight in the Kentucky Fried 100 from Kentucky Speedway. A lot of great racing here tonight. Been fun watching these guys come up through the field. We've seen some extremely hard racing, Jamie. A little bit of beating and banging, but still a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. Lined up 2x2 here.
But if we thought the intensity had picked up before, it is really going to pick up now. These guys are going to want to gain as many spots as they can. Eddie Smith is going to try to maneuver that number 25 up to the front as fast as he can, knowing that the laps are going to be pretty limited, knowing this probably won't be the last caution of the night. the pace truck brings the field around here, coming through 3 and 4. We'll see it make that hard left off of the track. Turn control of this race over to the 114 of Travis Beaver. Travis Beaver holding him a little bit longer in the restart zone. Finally takes off there. Gets a great restart. He timed that thing really, really well. Held him up there a little bit, and then got onto the gas. As I think a lot of people were expecting him to go early. So phenomenal restart by him. Now Nate Maurer in the 971 is going to be back in second position. Joe Yakes in third. Cody McElwain right now underneath Joe Yakes, or actually he's side by side with his teammate of Alex Cruz there in the number 5 machine. But Cody McElwain now moves his truck up into 4th position. Eddie Smith trying to work his way up right behind that number 6 machine, as Travis Beaver looks to have had some sort of an issue there. As now he has fallen back a little bit in the field. I don't know if he got loose coming off the corner there, but Nate Maurer now is out to the lead of this race.
He sure is, and Cody has got his way back up to the front. It's looking like he wants to get that 6 truck out to the lead here.
Travis Beaver's got that truck collected back up and now sends it underneath the 971. So trying to get control of this race back, but I'd have to imagine he just got a little bit loose coming out of the corner there. Is he putting a pretty good block on Joe Yakes in the 87 there? They run down on the apron, down through the trioval there, but maintains that second position. The battle for 4th is still on between the 2 teammates.
Travis Beaver is down to the inside, hard off the inside wall. And caution is out.
We'll go back and take a look at what happened there. As they come up off of turn 2, that truck just steps out from underneath him and gets loose on him, and around he goes. Wow, what a tough break for one of our race leaders here this evening. The fresh tires on that truck must not have been really agreeing with him, because, as we said before, I think he had gotten loose coming off of 4, and then that time coming through 1 and 2, the truck gets loose on him again and down into the inside wall.
Yeah, looked like he's been about maybe a half a lane up higher than most everybody else, and maybe he just, gassed it up there, and truck didn't like that area too much. So tough break for Travis. He was running such a good race.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's gonna have his work cut out for him with 10 laps to go here to fight his way back up.
As we see the race leader now, Nate Maurer, in that 971 Simbox Motorsports machine. Joe Yakes is going to be running in second place. Cody McElwain has moved himself up into third now, Jamie. So he's going to start down on that coveted inside line. And, we know Cody very well. I'm sure he's real quiet behind the steering wheel of that truck. As I know that glitch probably frustrated him to no end. And he's probably been driving with a purpose.
Yeah, I'm sure it did frustrate him, and it's frustrating to see that happen and not have any way to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
I could send somebody to the back of the line, but I can't move them forward.
Right.
So, Cody's done an outstanding job of kind of dealing with that frustration and just being smart and getting that truck back up to the front. And he's got a shot to win this race, just like he did before the glitch happened. So, at this point, no harm, no foul.
As we see Alex Cruz back in 4th position. So a couple of those Goat Locker Racing trucks, and all 3 Goat Locker Racing trucks up into the top 6 right now. So the team having himself a hell of a night.
Yeah, good run by all these guys, all 3 of them.
Eddie Smith is
and even our redheaded stepchild, Jake Ellingson, running in 13th.
He continues to have himself a pretty good night. Jake Ellingson is really, the more and more we've seen him on the track, if he can stay out of harm's way and kind of just run his race, he's had some great finishes. We saw him leading the ARCA race a few weeks back, and we've seen him mixing it up here in the top, 5 to 10. So Jake Ellingson is really starting to improve upon his skills. Just got to work on the racecraft a little bit and keeping himself out of trouble. And I think we'll start to see him as a front runner.
Absolutely. These caution laps at Kentucky Speedway seem to take forever.
They do, man. You know, try to fill a little bit of airtime or whatever it is here, but they do seem to take forever. It's not like Pocono or something.
Right.
It's not a road course. I'd hate to have cautions at road courses. You know, so, but while we're under caution here, let's go ahead and bring up the Veterans 48 fundraiser flyer. Again, we are so close to reaching our goal of 1,000. Thanks to everybody that is tuned in. Thanks to everybody that has donated. Thanks to everybody that continues to spread the word about what Veterans 48 is doing. We were going to finish this month strong. Again, you know, I think, you know, a couple of the races next week, Jamie, we'll have to throw some giveaways in there and things like that to kind of close the fundraiser out. See if we can't drum up a whole lot more activity here. So everybody, be sure to stay tuned in for that, and let's see if we can't well exceed what we're doing. We posted, I believe it was on Facebook and a couple different places and within our Discord channel, exactly what the costs were. And I think if we raise $1,000, we can buy a transmission for one of the bikes, I think it was?
I think something like that, yeah. I don't remember exactly which part it was, but definitely, it'll definitely be a significant contribution, that is for sure.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But the lights are out on the...
We're not just buying some grips.
And some tassels to hang off the handlebars. Those are the tassels I'm talking about, folks. The ones that go on the handlebars. Like, you remember when you were a kid, you had tassels on your handlebars? It's family.
I can't say I ever had tassels on my handlebars, but, you know, if you did, that's cool.
How did I know that was going to come back to bite me? How did I know? Well, the Harley guys like these tassels, those leather tassels. You know, they hang off their handlebars and things like that. You know, so that's what I was going to do. But lights are out on the pace truck. We got everybody stacked up 2x2. They're going to come back to the green flag here with only 7 laps left to go. And there are quite a few hungry drivers up here to the front.
Absolutely. I think these last 7 laps are going to be pretty intense.
And green flag is back out. 971 of Nate Moyer gets the greatest restart there as Joe Yates is able to hang to his outside. He's got Cody McElwain all over his tailgate right now. So not the greatest restarts for our leader, but he continues to have the lead here. But I'm telling you, Cody McElwain is all over the back end of that truck, makes an aggressive move down to the inside. He's got the nose of that number 6 machine underneath the 971 right now. Oh! Eddie Smith gets into the back of Joe Yates, it looks like. We're under caution here. And we'll go have to take a look there. Joe Yates machine is all kinds of tore up. And unfortunately it didn't catch it, so we're going to have to try to catch it here. And we have got it now. And we'll take a look at it here as the trucks head off down into turn 3 and 4. I'm not sure that there's a whole lot either one of those trucks could do. As Joe Yates started to come down to make his entry, Eddie Smith was already down underneath him. So
absolutely he was. I mean, that...
Can't say much more about that. Eddie Smith was already there.
Yeah.
Tough break for them, though. I mean, I hate to see it for Joe. But as we watch it one more time here.
Yeah, I don't really see much damage to the front end of Eddie's truck.
We'll watch it one more time here in slow motion as we see these trucks coming down into turn 3. Joe Yates comes down to try to make that corner, and Eddie Smith was running about the middle line, and that's the end of that. Tough break for the 87 machine. He's going to have to bring it down pit road and get some repairs done.
There is a little bit of damage on the right front of Eddie Smith's 25 machine, but we saw him running very competitively with a whole lot worse damage earlier on in this race. So,
yeah, ever so slight damage to the right front of that truck. Don't think that's going to affect anything. Just a little wrinkle in the fender there. That's going to now Cody McElwain's going to restart in the second position here, so we'll have to see how he does on the outside. And Alex Cruz into fourth. Ryan Pendleton now up into fifth, so all three Goat Locker Racing entries now in the top 5, Jamie.
Great run, keeps getting even better. We'll have to see what Cody is able to do here with Nate Maurer on this start, or actually what Nathan Maurer does on this restart. Last time he held him down to the green flag. Didn't go early. I mean, it's his choice, so I mean, he can definitely choose to do that. And I don't know. We'll see if he decides to go a little bit earlier this time to try to get a jump, because Cody McElwain was all over him and would have probably made that pass for the lead had this caution not come out when it did.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know Cody was fighting hard to try to keep the nose out there, and hopefully iRacing would call him the leader. But according to iRacing, it was Nate Maurer at the time of caution, so he's going to maintain control of this race. This won't give us a green-white checkered, but it'll give us something similar, I think. Or is it going to give us a green-white checkered? Because they are still not stacked up 2x2 yet. I guess we'll wait and see.
The lights are out. Oh, no, they're not out. I thought they were out, but they're not.
Been a lot of great racing here this evening in the Kentucky Fried Nights 100 from Kentucky Speedway. Glad to be back out here on the track after a week off last week. I'm sure that all of the drivers here in the Goat Locker Racing Series are glad to be back out on the track too. Been a lot of hard racing here this evening. We've seen a lot of our front runners kind of get into each other a little bit. I think it's been nothing but hard racing though. But we've definitely seen a handful of cautions here to kind of end this race out. The intensity is going to continue to ratchet up here as these trucks continue to try to battle it out and figure out who's going to bring the race win home tonight. The lights are going to go out on the pace truck that time by, as we've got 3 laps left to go here.
Yeah,
so it's not, it is, but it isn't a green-white checkered. They're going to get the green, the white, and the checkered if it stays that way. So this will not be our first attempt of 2. But in all reality, it is a green-white checkered finish here.
A natural green-white checker.
There we go. That's what we'll call it. Not one of them fake ones. A real one. Keep an eye on our front runners here during this restart. Still a lot of trucks having a good night, as it looks like Travis Beaver is back at 16th position right now, so a tough break for him as that truck got loose a couple different times on those fresh tires. I'm just holding my breath, waiting for this restart here. I think it's going to be a lot of exciting racing. Again, a lot of great trucks up front. Mike Browning's back there in 6th position. We saw him leading this race as well. So it is going to be a lot of exciting racing to finish this thing off. As the pace truck is pulled off, and again, he kind of holds him a little bit longer into the box. And green flag is out, and Cody McElwain jumps down in front of the 25 truck to ensure that he gets clear and has that low line. Nate Maurer gets a pretty good restart that time, is able to pull out to a couple truck length here, and front ahead of the number 6 machine of Cody McElwain. 25 of Eddie Smith back into 3rd position. Alex Cruz in 4th, and Ryan Pendleton still holds on to the 5th position right now, as Mike Browning is trying to make a move around him. We head back up front, and this time around, white flag will be out. This will be the final lap here this evening. Nate Maurer continues to lead. We're going to have to see if Cody McElwain or Eddie Smith is going to have anything for him. As Cody McElwain takes a pretty good arc into the corner here. It's going to try to get a run up off the corner.
It might be a drag race to the start-finish line.
As Nate Maurer tried to block that low line.
Dives to the inside.
Oh, man, cuts his nose off of him. Has to back out of
now
it.
Eddie Smith's going to get a run on Cody. The battle's going to be on for second place as Nate Maurer is going to win here at Kentucky Speedway.
Eddie Smith is going to take second position away from Cody McElwain. Cody's going to finish in third. Alex Cruz in fourth, and Ryan Pendleton's going to round out our top five here this evening. What it looked like Cody McElwain might have a run on him there. Nate Maurer cuts him off and throws the block on him. Cody's got to back out of it and ends up losing second position as well. But a strong race out of that 971 here this evening. Congratulations to Nate Maurer on the win.
Wow, what a finish.
Yeah, what a phenomenal finish there. And a lot of great racing here this evening from Kentucky Speedway. As we'll see Nate Maurer now start to celebrate the win here this evening. Mike Browning's going to finish back in the sixth position. Anthony Radel with a strong night here tonight, finishing in seventh. Greg Barnett in eighth, a phenomenal run for him. William Schroeder finishing in ninth position. And Brian Brogan with one of his best races to date. Rounds out our top 10 tonight here, Jamie.
Absolutely. You know, it was him and Greg. Greg was running 10th, Brian was running 11th, and I was thinking what a great run from both of them. And Brian wasn't satisfied with that and got himself into the top 10. So congratulations to both those guys. Great finish for them.
Yeah, great night for them Goat Locker boys. Finishing third, fourth, and fifth. Wasn't a 1, 2, 3, but all three trucks finished in the top five. I mean, we'll take that all day long.
Absolutely. Great run.
As Nathan Moyer has now joined us, let's go ahead and grab him and have a chat with our race winner. Hey, Nate, it's Pat and JB up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I'm here, guys. Sorry, I had my mic muted.
All good, man. Well, what a strong run out of the 971 machine here tonight, man. A lot of great racing. Saw you have to kind of come back up through the field. Saw you lead early on. So just take me through your race here tonight and how you brought it home with the win.
First and foremost, I want to apologize to the aid of Regis Clark. Hope I'm saying his name right. It was on a restart, and I accidentally got into the back of him, got him loose. I gave him a little bit of back end damage. I don't know what happened, and he disconnected. So I hope he's watching right now, and I just want to apologize for that. Never meant to get into him. I think the car in front of him checked up. But yeah, so on. I love this track. It's actually one of my favorites, and yeah, kind of the guys I thought would be battling for the win. You know, we're up there. Joe, Eddie. Never seen Cody. It was fun racing with him too, man. He kept up with me that first run. I was a little worried there. Then that caution, you know, our pit sequence just kind of screwed us there, and he got the lucky dog, and then they had to extend the green, and he kind of got screwed there. Had to go to the back, and I was the first wave around. I was actually starting in front of him, and yeah, tire strategy. I didn't know what to do there. I just kind of followed what everybody else was doing, and then restarts there at the end just kind of helped me, and that's how we got her parked here.
Nathan, congratulations on a big win here tonight. A great run for you. Up and down night, as you said, and you persevere and got that win. How is the truck handling tonight?
Oh, I love it. It's all loose. It's very loose the first couple laps. Maybe them guys don't think so. I do. I run a higher steering ratio to help conserve tires, so yeah, it's kind of harder to save it with a higher steering ratio too. For me, it is anyway. And yeah, I love the way that then the truck's plowing tight there towards the end of the run, and less is always more in turn 3 at Kentucky, man. The more you let off going into 3, the more you get off coming 4. I'm just glad that I won at a real track other than Talladega a couple weeks ago. I just anybody can win them. I wanted to come out here and win a real track.
You did that, my man. Great run tonight. Again, congratulations to you. Anybody you need to thank? Shout out sponsors.
Yeah. My first Doug Neal. He couldn't make it tonight. He might be 55 years old, but he went on a date tonight, so he didn't want to race with me tonight here. So yeah, and yeah, Simbox. my truck says it all. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have the equipment or where I'm at now. If it wasn't for Doug Neal, great guy. If you need a Simbox, hit up Simbox PC on Facebook. And my old man, I know my old man out there is watching right now. So I almost texted him before the race, and I'm going to go here and get the win tonight. Glad I should have, but I don't want to jinx myself. And you guys for broadcasting, you guys do a bunch of things that maybe some of the people don't know that are watching. Raising money for different things, and yeah, it's very nice you guys to do that.
Thanks so much, and bringing that up, we just got another $50 donation from Brian Brogan. I guess he was feeling frisky after that top 10 tonight, so our total is now at $946. Gets us to $54 of our goal. So thank you so much, Brian. We appreciate it, man.
Yeah, and congratulations on the win here tonight, Nate. Strong run out of you, and can't wait to see you back out on the track next week.
Yep, thanks, guys. Yeah, I just looked at the schedule, and the champion. If I make it to the Final Four at Homestead, I don't have a chance, so no one's got to be worried about that. I mean, not at Homestead Auto Club. I'm terrible at that track.
All right, fair enough, man.
You guys have a good night.
You too.
All right, man.
I don't know that I'd put that out there like that, but all right. Well, I mean, we'll go with that one. So let's grab a hold of Eddie Smith, our second place finisher, and have a chat with him. Hey, Eddie, it's Pat and Jamie up in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, fellas.
Hey, buddy. An interesting race here this evening. I saw you battling up front there for a little while and then fall back a little bit, and then we had the green flag stops and a caution come out in the middle and waiver rounds and everything else. But you managed to get that number 25 truck back up there towards the front and battling for the win here tonight. So take me through your race and how you brought it home in second place, brother.
Yeah, I don't really know what happened at the beginning. Just kind of, I was fighting between should I go faster, or try to save, and just started losing out towards the end of that run. And then Cody went ahead and pitted. I was gonna stay out till lap 50, and he pitted. And I said, well, we got to go now. We'll be in trouble. But of course, as soon as we get into a green flag cycle, caution comes out, traps us back in 10th. And yeah, just worked our way back up to the front, and really good hard racing, really fun up at the front, racing those guys. I tried to I knew Nathan seemed like he was pretty fast, so I tried to just follow him back up through the field, and it kind of worked out.
Hey, Eddie, man, congratulations on a second place finish. Looks like there was quite a few exchanges between you and the Indy Autosports guys. Anything going on there, or was it just a tight racing?
Yeah, it just seems like we were pretty committed to racing each other pretty hard. Everything was pretty good. You know, just a little bit of contacts but no wrecks, and so everything was fine. And then the deal with Joe at the end was me just being stupid, trying to make something happen on the high side up there, because I couldn't really get down to the bottom, so I was trying to cheat up in that middle groove going in, and I just didn't turn down early enough for him. And so when he comes down the track, just like you would think he might, I just to trying to enter into that middle groove. I hadn't really done that all race, and I pretty much just ran him over. So definitely wasn't intentional. I was trying to fight there in that middle groove, because that bottom groove would get so tight, and you wouldn't be able to get a run off the corner. So I was just trying to make something happen. So I apologize to Joe. Definitely don't want to wreck anybody, but yeah, it was good hard racing. I thought we were up there trading blows, and it felt like a lot of fun to me. So glad to come home and finish second.
Again, great run tonight, second place, up and down all night, but you persevered and brought that truck home in second. So great job by you. Anybody you need to thank? Shout out sponsors.
Just thank y'all for putting the league on, man. It's always fun, and man, we raced our guts out tonight, and so we had a blast. So yeah, thank y'all, and thank my teammate Alan Smith, who was in the race tonight, working together. Jonah Colbert, I don't know where the heck he went. He said he was eating barbecue, so I don't know. I don't know what the hell's wrong with him. So, but anyway, nice. Yeah, thank them, and so congratulations to Nathan, Cody. What a great race with him, and all the Goat Locker guys, Ryan and Alex. We was up there, man, just racing our guts out. So a lot of fun. Then, so thank everybody.
All right, man. Well, congratulations on the second place finish, and we appreciate all the love and support as well. And sure, we'll be talking to you again real soon, there, brother.
See ya.
Looks like we had another donation come in, Jamie.
Yeah, I'm trying another $50 donation. We are at $9.96, $4 away from our goal. I'm trying to figure out who that one came from.
Well, as you're trying to figure that out, let's go grab
Yes.
Cody and have a chat with him. Hey, Cody, it's Pat and JB up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Man, a lot of tough racing. I think you win the prize here tonight of passing the most trucks here tonight. As you were up front battling there for quite some time, and then through that series of green flag stops and wave arounds and who was the lucky dogs and guy racing glitches. I mean, it sent you all the way to the back, but you were a man on the mission there, and it looked there you were real strong here tonight. So, I mean, take me through your night here tonight and how you brought that number 6 machine home with a third place finish.
Oh yeah, like I said, got the pole. Was doing good on that. The first green flag run. I was gonna cycle out the lead there if it had stayed green. I'd gotten ahead of Nathan there on the stops, and I don't know exactly what happened, but some stuff happened with the lucky dog. I was a lucky dog. I got it, and then I don't even know what happened after that. But we got sent all the way to the back, and I told the guys, I said, I'm about to drive the wheels off this thing, and I did the best I could and got myself in position there. Just didn't quite have enough for Nathan there at the end. Just needed a few more green flag laps, and I might could have done something. But we'll take third, man. Well, after getting sent to the back, we'll take third for sure.
Hey, Cody, congratulations on that top three. Way to represent the team there. Didn't really see you come up through the field the way we expected to see you. Was it just the level of competition? It was racing just that close to Kentucky, making it hard to pass, or were you just being extra careful?
Well, a little bit of both. It was not the easiest place to pass, that's for sure. I mean, you could really push those tires and make it happen if you wanted to, but you're going to be on the wrong end of tire wear there if you do too much. So I just tried to, take the opportunities when they presented themselves and just work my way through as efficiently as possible.
All right, man. Well, again, congratulations. Good job battling back. I know you got hosed there by the iRacing glitch. Unfortunately, I can send people to the back, but I can't bring them forward. So, but you did the best you could and raced your way through that. So, hats off to you. And anybody you need to thank, shout out sponsors.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you saying that. But yeah, I'd just like to thank Gill Insurance Advisors, Jam Printing and Promotions, G2G Trailers, Tracks for Vets, Travis Lee Creative, Goat Locker Racing Team. I just want to give a shout out to all my teammates, man. We had a hell of a night tonight. It's really good racing around all those guys. And I'd also like to shout out to Eddie and Nathan, Mike Brown, just all those guys up front. It was just good racing there. And yeah, just like to thank y'all, man, for putting on this great league, and thanks what y'all do in the broadcast booth. And y'all do a great job.
Well, we appreciate it, Cody, man, and good to see you bring that truck home in the number 3 position. And a lot of great things going on around here at Go Locker Racing. Can't wait to get back out on the track with you next week. We'll be back out on the track soon. We race a lot together, so. But congratulations on that third place finish here tonight, brother. And we'll talk to you again real soon.
Yeah, man. Looking forward to it. Appreciate y'all.
Yep.
All right. Well.
Go ahead.
Oh my goodness. We have Jake Ellingson put us over the $1,000 mark, brought us to 1,001. So thank you very much there, Jake. We have met our goal already for the month, and then Brandon Wallace kicked in another $50. So we are at 1051. Several gift subs courtesy of Greg Sherman. So thank you so much for that, Greg. We really appreciate it. So a lot of stuff going on here at the end of the race tonight, guys.
Yeah, it just goes to show you the support and everything that everybody brings here. And, man, we do truly appreciate it. We can't say it enough how much we appreciate what everybody brings to this league, to this community that we've had the privilege to be a part of and build, and all the love and support we get from everybody that tunes into our races, to the guys that drive. We say it all the time, but I'm from as sincere as I can say it, thank you. This is going to make a tremendous impact for Veterans 48, and we can't wait to be able to actually present them. I don't know, Jamie, whatever the check's going to be for. I don't know if we need to raise the goal to 1,500 now or what we need to do. But thanks to everybody that really comes out here and contributes. thanks to all the drivers that show up each and every week, and thanks to our great sponsors that continue to help support us here. So, um, rolling backwards, great night of racing here tonight. It was a lot of hard racing. We heard from Eddie Smith. I mean, the guys were up there beating and banging, but it was some great racing. We heard it from all the top drivers here that we interviewed tonight. What a lot of fun that they had up there racing hard with each other. And you got to love hearing that, Jamie.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, some these guys all really do respect each other, and I think they really do appreciate the level of competition that they get to compete against here in this truck series. You know, so many guys in this field are capable of going up there and winning the race each and every week. And, you know, there's a lot of leagues that can't really say that. You've got ones or twos in the field that are probably going to dominate week in, week out. That's really not the case here. And I think the guys appreciate that and they understand it. And along with that, you're going to have a lot of close racing. And with close racing, you're going to have contact. And then with contact, you're going to have wrecks. It's definitely nobody's doing anything intentional. So I'm sure there might be some upset feelings tonight. Some people not getting the finishes that they were looking like they might get. But at the end of the day, I definitely don't think there's any taking it personal. So I'm comfortable in saying that probably everybody is good after this race.
Yeah, I mean, some hard racing up front for sure. Some guys got into each other, but again, you talk to all the drivers, and I think you hit it perfectly there, Jamie. I think the guys that run in this league do truly appreciate the level of competition they get to race against, and that's really what has them excited. And there is a lot of respect between them. We see guys get up here and battle it out, and at the end of the race, they're all like, "Man, that was a lot of fun." And us up there in the booth, we're like, "Ooh." Not sure if that was going to be received well or not, but the level of competition here is amazing, and again, the support and everything that we get is quite amazing. But again, congratulations to our winner, Nate Maurer, in the 971 Simbox Motorsports. Great win for him here this evening. Eddie Smith battles back up into second position. Cody McElwain with a very strong run here this evening. A lot to be proud of. Coming home in third place. Alex Cruz in fourth. Ryan Pendleton back in fifth. Mike Browning in sixth. Anthony Radel in seventh. Greg Barnett in eighth. Ninth is going to be William Piano Man Schroeder, and rounding out our top 10 is Brian Brogan. Another great run by Greg Sherman as well, finishing in 11th. Scott Rankin, after that pit road speeding penalty there towards the end of the race, battles back to 12th. Travis Beaver battles back to 13th after a late race spin. Jake Ellingson finishes back in 18th position, so strong run from him all night, but kind of fell back there towards the end. As we take a look back here a little bit, Joe Yakes finishes back at 19th position after contact late in the race with Eddie Smith. And then James Kaufman is going to finish in 20th position, the last truck on the lead lap there. And a few trucks had some rough nights, like Regis Clark and then Andy Kurtz, who we were talking about both of those trucks early in the race, finished multiple laps down there after being involved in some accidents. So as we take a look forward to the schedule here, maybe I'll find it eventually. Took me a second. We now get into the second half of our regular season. Oh boy! Next week we head to that road course, JB, at Watkins Glen. We will have 40 laps there, so we're going to see these trucks hit the road course. I've always had a lot of fun at Watkins Glen. Watkins Glen is probably one of the funnest road courses to actually get out there and race. So I'm really looking forward to that. And then on November 4th, we'll head over to Milwaukee. And yes, I still know I have Milwaukee spelled wrong. I just haven't gone back and changed it. I apologize to all the Ellingsons. And then on November 11th, we'll head to Darlington night. And then on the 18th, we'll wrap up our regular season at Atlanta. And then we're going to kick off the playoffs at the Nashville Super Speedway. So a lot of great racing left to be had this season. And we'll crown a champion on December 16th at Auto Club. So, again, thanks to everybody that has tuned in. Thank you for all the tremendous support this evening. We have exceeded our goal of raising $1,000 for Veterans 48. I can't say thank you enough for that and just how awesome that is. As we finish out here this evening, tomorrow night we'll be behind the wheel of the Goat Locker Racing Extreme Xfinity Series. We will be at Indianapolis Raceway Park, so looking forward to that race tomorrow night at 11 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have the ARCA Series with Flexible Freight Solutions, and it's round 2 of the playoffs. And then on Sunday, we've got round 2 of the playoffs with the Rebels Truck Series. So still a lot of opportunities to come check us out and support us. And we'll have some things ready for next week as we're going to wrap up the month of October in our fundraiser. I'm thinking in a really big way, Jamie.
Absolutely. We'll figure something out how we're going to do that. So definitely tell your friends. It's like Pat said, text 10 other people, get them out here to this stream. We will do it big next week for Watkins Glen. I mean, the racing ain't going to be all that great to watch, folks. It's road course, so we might as well give stuff away and raise some more money.
I'm with you on that one. Sometimes road courses can get a little bit boring there, but we'll raise some money.
Yeah.
But again, signing off here for tonight. Thank you, and looking forward to seeing everybody else here real soon.